Hello, welcome to the second lesson in the 8th Fetter. This is going to be a journey, and like I said in the last lesson, if you are in any position where you feel happy and content and feel lots of love and your life makes sense and you feel the deeper meaning with everything, I would like for you to stop watching this lesson. This fetter is not for you. Go to the 9th fetter and the 10th fetter instead, and come back to the 8th fetter when you are no longer content and happy uh, in life. This is not for now. But I would like for you to make yourself comfortable and go on this journey with me. So the 8th fetter is the fetter that I rarely talk about because it's such a wonderful place to be. You are in a position where there's no longer an I identification. You know that there's the meat suit appearing, and there is an aliveness and a present in the moment. You are completely free, and you are setting others free to be who they are. You have no reaction of fear or anger or guilt or shame. And when something comes up, you immediately know that it is separated into a bodily sensation and a mind thought. So there's no feelings, but a very clear distinction between what is happening and what you think is happening. And you love everyone and everything. You appreciate everyone and everything. You feel other people and animals and trees and sunshine equally, with equal love and equal contentment. And you're moving through life, and there's no one to observe what is happening. You're simply free flowing. There's no residual resentment from your childhood left. You love your parents as the human beings they are, and you see very, very clearly that they were just caught in the wheel of identification themselves. It was never about you or their lack of love for you. You're present and aware in every moment. There is an aliveness in every inhalation, and there is an aliveness in every exhalation. An equal existence on the same plane as sounds and smells and sights. And when you close your eyes and allow the body to flow, there's no hindrance or difference between the birds you hear that are chirping outside or a soft wind on your skin. You are in the center of it all, and everything is alive. You are part of everything. You're part of that energy movement all around you that you see both in nature and in everything that is man-made. And if you close your eyes, you dissolve into and become the energy that everything is. Every inhalation is the universe moving in expansion, and every exhalation is the universe moving in a contraction, as if there's a huge heart that is beating, that everything is moving with. This stage is like a reward of a life well lived. There is a connection with God or with presence or with being. It is what is called the I am sense, the big I, the big self. And it is magical. And it's beautiful. And it is pure and innocent. It is the truth. It is so, so clearly the truth. It is God expressing as me, living through me. It is me being a wave in the ocean, a part of the big, big ocean. It feels like you are a raindrop sinking into the soil and evaporating and becoming a cloud. It is a beautiful moment, and there is a beautiful movement where nothing is random and everything is beautiful and moving in unison. And I would like for you to stay here as long as you need to be here. In the Bahia Sutta, this stage that you feel right now is called conceit, because there's still an I here experiencing it all. And it is a soothing ego balm, where there's still an experiencer here, someone who can flow, someone who can breathe with the wind, move with the clouds, and be a part of something out there. The eighth fetter is tied in with the first fetter because the delusion is begging us to go back and start over with all these new insights. Watching everything again, but this time bursting the bubble, but really discovering how you very subtly has placed an I in the driver's seat. The ego has tricked you. It has never left its seat, and it still wants to survive. As we discussed in the sixth fetter, there's no perceiver. And in the seventh fetter we talked about there's not even perceiving. Perceiving has to happen in conjunction with time. And as we talked about, time is a delusion as well. Notice how you have placed a very subtle experiencer of everything, of all the beauty. And it's very easy to believe that that is the truth. But it can't be. You don't know what is happening. The moment you put things into words, there is a limitation of the experience. You have just made something out of nothing. In reality, there's not even that. The language is about to leave us. And if you can talk about the experience, there is an experiencer. So if you work with the 8th fetter, can you drop even the experience? In the herd, there's simply the herd. So close your eyes and drop out of the hearing. Drop out of the breathing. Drop out of the sensory experiences in the body. And notice how sensations arise. And a thought is added, but neither is connected to anything. And drop out of the noticing. It is a new level of dissolving. A new level of remembering how you in the first fetter was afraid of letting go and of who you would become. That fear is now coming up again. It is just the ego trying to stay put. It is just a thought with a sensation. It is just an explanation of what is. And then remember the verbal indicators. This is where explaining really becomes clear. In explaining, there is an experiencer. Can you drop all that? Do you remember when we talked about the verbal indicators? Where there's blaming, shaming, complaining, and the last one is explaining. And this is where explaining comes into the mix. The moment you start to explain what your experience is, you're minimizing. There is a need for an I to be here, to make sense of. But where we are going, you cannot make sense of. There is no grasping of anything. There is a complete relinquishing of everything. And explaining cannot happen. An experience will occur, but you cannot minimize it by putting words into it. You need to leave it. You need to allow it to be as it is and not try to explain it, because in the explaining, minimizing happens and you're no longer in the experience. You're talking about the post-it, the thoughts that you just put on the experience, and that is not the experience. Can you unpin? Can you drop all of it and just be? Thank you.